Okay, today I want to talk about what I experienced today, which is this. It's called a tachyon chamber, and I have like a really big pimple right here, so I kind of want to use a filter to kind of filter it out. But basically, I was in there. You sit on there. There's a mat that it has tachyon particles, and then a mat on top of you, and you hold rods that have tachyon particles. And I'll do a different post about what it is. I have to research it a little bit more. I found it because I'm going to Sedona the first week of March, and I was looking for some different spiritual stuff to do when I was there. And I stumbled upon a tachyon chamber. I'm like, what the heck is that? Let me just something popped in my head. See if there's one near me. And there was one in Superior, Wisconsin, over by Duluth. So I was like, heck yeah, let's go. And then I reached out to her, and I was gonna wait until like it was warmer to go up, but she is moving. She's selling her chamber, so she's it won't be there anymore. And so she's only doing sessions until the end of January 2026. And she has had that room for 9 years, so it's really cool. She said the longer you have it, the stronger the energy is there. So my partner and I go in first, and immediately as as I'm in the room by myself, I'm starting to feel out of body, and I get a little bit scared because I do see visions and stuff, and I go tap into the Akashic records and into the ethers and conversation with the higher self and do a bunch of healing for myself. But I don't think ever astral project or remote viewing. That's just not part of my skill set. And so it felt really weird to kind of be out of body, but cool because I just felt empty. Like my body just felt empty. So I noticed that immediately, and then the rods were like a pound each, and so I was laying on a reclined back, and I was holding it right down here, and my hands started throbbing, like if you're taking somebody's pulse. It was like that, but really strong on both hands and all the fingers and in the hands, so all in this area. And I was like, I never had my hands fall asleep on me, but did my fingers fall asleep because I'm holding something heavy? Like I'm trying to logicalize or rationalize what was happening, and I don't know why, because I'm a spiritual believer, so I don't know why I was trying to like rationalize it. But yeah, it was just pulsing for so long. I was like, what the heck? And so I felt that. Later in the session, I felt my eyes pulsing, like they felt like they were gonna pop out of the little blind mask. I brought my own little eye mask to cover the light, because when I'm in a meditative state, my eyes flicker because I'm in that zone, and so the lights kind of distract me, and it kind of distracts me in general because I feel like I have to keep my eyes closed. So I just like to cover my eyes in general, and so it felt like my eyes were pulsating and gonna bulge out of my eye. Certain parts of my body felt like some like energy flowing through it. I wouldn't say pain, but that was the closest descriptor word I have for it. Which is really weird. Again, my intention was to like help activate me, clear any blockages, update my DNA, activate me with my intuitive gifts, to be better, stronger, and more confident, and also to just heal any blockages in my body, health-wise, physically, in this human body, and then whatever else is appropriate. So what else did I experience? I felt like at one point my tongue was gone from my mouth, and I got really creeped out by that. Because even when I'm laying in my meditative bed, I can still, I don't know, have a sense of my tongue. But so I got scared, so I started moving my tongue, and I was like, oh, it's there. And yet it feels like it's not there. So I would probably have to meditate on that to see what the messaging is behind that. But like literally my mouth just felt hollow, like there was nothing in there. Maybe signifying that I don't need to actually speak, because you use your tongue to move and make sounds and speak. That maybe you need to focus more intuitively, tapping into the energy versus like using my mouth. I don't know yet. I just literally got home. It was a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour back. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, so I was, calling in my higher self, my spirit team, to like, help protect me. And I know that this technology, they say, is given to humankind from the Palladians. I don't know much about them. I've heard of them. I've heard, watch clips about what they have done, like the good, the bad, what they kind of look like, the different groups, but like I don't have a deep information about them. So I didn't feel called to it because of them, but I feel like I saw them in my vision in that room, standing around me, like at least 2, but maybe 4. And they look like projections. They didn't look like how AI would make them look, or how somebody would have described them if they saw them like in real life or military base. I don't know. So they were standing there, and then I had met my galactic family with my Reiki mentor, and so I asked my galactic family, because I don't know where they're actually from, if it's not the Palladians that need to do the work, for them to come step in and help do the activations or whatever is needed. And so I did see them. Like I don't see them. They're just shapes to me. Although this time I did see a face, kind of. So I could see them coming in from outside, above the galaxy, and into that room to help facilitate whatever was happening to me. And I saw a vision of, I guess what best to describe is like Lord of the Rings, the elves, how they wear those little crowns or whatever, because it went like this, and they had the long hair. Again, it looked like it was projected. It didn't look like a 3D human. It looked like you playing a movie on a projector. So that's what I was seeing. But no white screen. I don't know how to explain that. It's just projection, but not on a white screen. And the color, it looked like projector to me. So it was like gray, blue, see-through, and almost 2D ish, just 2D. And so yeah, I saw that face, skinny. I would say the eyes didn't look like our eyes. It was maybe more just like this. I don't know how to explain it. I just saw it briefly and I was like creeped out. I was like, don't be scared. You're calling it in. You know what you're supposed to expect. You know, they're not going to look like you because they're not human. So, like, I had to remind myself to stop being scared, you guys. How much work do I have to be to overcome this fear? I don't know. So much programming. But I had to like remind myself, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe, you're fine. I kept moving and thinking about other things. Like, bring yourself back to this present moment. You're in this chamber. Just relax. If anything, just pay attention to your physical sensations then, because I was really trying to get taken, like my out of body experience. I really wanted to get taken somewhere and really see something or astral project or do something. But I think that was too much for me. And so then I was like, okay, just be back, come back to your center, come back to your body. So that's when I started feeling all these sensations in my body. And then I feel like I knocked out for a good portion of it. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, it felt like maybe 30 minutes. I guess I can still lay here for another half hour. But shortly after that, the little message came on. I was like, hey, your session is now over. So yeah, it went by a lot quicker than I thought it was. I thought I would have more time, but also thinking like this has been a long time, so very weird how that works. There was a moment where I was hearing things. It's really cold here in Minnesota, and so the houses are creaking and making weird noises, and so I was hearing that, and I was like, if somebody or something is here in the physical, like, do not make these noises. They are distracting me. You're creeping me out. I'm gonna get scared, and I can't focus on the situation. So please do not creep. Please do not creep around the room making sounds. Like, come in the spiritual realm and do what you need to do, but not in the 3D because I'm scared. So then I stopped. Either I stopped noticing the sounds, or they stopped like creeping physically in the space. But yeah, I can't even begin to understand what was activated today. We'll see. This is day one, so we'll see. Kind of, it lingers with you, stays with you for a couple of days. So we'll see how my life shifts or my reading shifts. But yeah, just wanted to hop on and record that so I don't forget. I'm sure there's some details I'm forgetting that I might remember and maybe pop on and add. But for now, those were like the biggest things that stood out for me. And one last thing I want to say before I forgot. I had blindfolds on, but I saw light pass like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, how is light passing me? I'm literally, my eyes are blocked. It's black. How am I seeing light